You're watching SBA Today. With all the latest news, stories, and advice, here are your hosts, Paul Long and Tanya Mazurek.
Welcome to SBA Today for the week of February 18th. I am Paul.
And I am Tanya. And we're going to jump right into the news today because decisions made today can affect your tomorrow.
You're telling me.
Right? So anyway, per the Business Journal, okay, so per the Business Journal, SBA's flagship small business lending program is in the red. Okay, but why? Why is it in the red? The Small Business Administration's flagship 7A loan program lost hundreds of millions of dollars in 2024, creating a negative cash flow. Now, this was due to the agency's fee reductions, which we all know, right? And an increase in loan defaults. The finding and others, right, come from a detailed risk assessment by the SBA of its 7A portfolio through June 30th of 2024. It was obtained by the Playbook as part of the Freedom of Information Act request. It shows a portfolio stressed by rising defaults, creating more loan purchases by the agency, of course, and fees and less money coming in from fees. Additionally, it showed an impact starting in late 2023 due to the reduction in the loan origination fees, which long have covered the cost of purchasing these failed loans from lenders. Anyway, let's break down some of those findings.
So Tanya, I read what the agency posted, and they posted positive cash flow the end of Q3 2023 of 29.7 million. Okay, not too bad. Then in Q4 2023, so just from one quarter, $29.7 million gain to $97.2 million loss. Then SBA reduced loan fees even further in fiscal year 2024.
Oh yeah, they sure did. I know they did, Paul. They also eliminated the upfront guarantee fees for loans larger or longer than 12 months and less than 1 million. For loans between 1 million and 2 million, they cut the fees in half. They reduced fees for loans under 12 months in term, and cut annual service fees. So what that did, right, is the SBA ended up with a negative cash flow of about 274 million. I feel like I need to do this, right?
That's a sucker punch.
274 million in the first 3 quarters of its fiscal year 2024. Yeah.
Then they went on to say they attributed 174 million in backlog of about 500 guaranteed loan purchases from fiscal year 23 that paid in fiscal year 24. Okay, fine. The additional 51 million was not attributed to any specific cause. So they're saying that 51 million, Hey, Dodge or Doge or whatever the hell you're called. Where are you?
Whether it's disappeared or not, they just didn't say where it went. Correct. I mean, we don't know any of that, right? But still, that's a significant number in general. Anyway, that's just a significant number, right? So where's that leave us today? The percentage of SBA
screwed loans. Sorry.
yeah, right? Bleep. Anyway, the percentage of SBA stress loans or loans more than 31 days past due, deferred, or delinquent rose from 1.77% in October 2023 to 2.4% in June of 2024.
Yeah, so that 12-month default rate is roughly the same as it was during the COVID pandemic.
Man. Yeah. So, Paul, what do you think about that? Because let's unpack it a bit. I mean, easier entry for our borrowers and whatnot into loans, so it costs them less to get into them. Has it backfired? Thoughts?
You know, there's a couple things I'm thinking of, and I read through it a couple times to make sure that they were talking specifically about the 7A program and not putting anything in with PPP and EIDL, because I want to because EIDL is a whole nother problem.
I don't even know how he did that one, but anyway.
I understand, getting business to, getting capital to businesses. I get all that. I understand reducing the fee and lower loan dollar amounts, but there's a huge cost to that. And that's the point it's absolutely scary. And guys, if you think fee waivers are going to happen next year, I mean, I would bet some good money that all fee waivers are gone.
Right.
That's
as well as likely the no loan origination fees under $1 million.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's all gone. It's going to go back to statute rules based on there. No more. It's scary. And then that hurts access to capital, right? So, I mean, it's a balance, but we got to figure it out.
Yeah, it's a balance. And I mean, all of us loan officers, right? We had much better years and whatever, because we were able to get people in the loans that maybe would have had a little bit more of a challenge based on the cash, right? The equity piece of it, because those loans went down. And then we've got the back end part of the service fees. I mean, we got to do something. Yeah, they've got to do something. And it's going to be a little bit of a pinch, both for borrowers moving forward. But guys, if we're just kind of giving it away, and those that we're giving it to maybe are defaulting a bit, well, we're hurting those that actually could get it and not default. So.
This is an insurance policy, people.
It is. It is.
You got to have enough money to come in. I mean, look at what happened in California in the fires. Do you think insurance premiums are going to go up? That's the exact same thing that we're in here, 100%. Right?
Yeah.
When there's a disaster, you got to have the funds to pay for it.
And guys, and loan officers out there, be careful with that, right? If they are, if they are that tight, maybe they need to take a little bit of time to get more capital and be in a better position. Even though that means that you're not closing that loan, it's better for that borrower in the end to actually have what they need, so there aren't as many defaults. So
that's true.
Yeah. Anyway.
So moving on, we have a new associate administrator of the Office of Capital Access. This is a position that's very important within the SBA. If you don't kind of get down to the nitty gritty and nerd out like Tanya and I do on the SBA. So President Trump has appointed Thomas Kimsey, President and CEO of Thomas Financial Group. We are immensely proud of Thomas Kimsey's commitment to serving his country in his critical role, says the chairman of the board of the Community Bank Shares. His extensive experience and position for supporting small businesses make him uniquely qualified to improve the SBA's ability to drive economic growth and create opportunities for entrepreneurs nationwide.
Oh, take a breath. Take a breath.
I know. Okay, so I'm going to pause for 1 second. Do you think that sentence was made, because I quoted, from AI? Or do you actually think
I don't know.
Was a quote?
I didn't see any dashes.
Right. That's true.
That's a typical AI. But anyway.
That's true. Exactly. As associate administrator for Capital Access, they work to enhance SBA programs, policies that support small business. So there's the individuals that work for SBA that do all the work. They're the administrator, kind of is that voice between the administration and the SBA. But the Office of Capital Access, that is really where fee waivers come in, and all of that stuff is in there. So that's actually, I'll be honest with you, in my opinion, more important than the actual administrator, Kelly Loeffler, just because it's where the meat is attached to the bone. So, Kimsey is going to take a leave of absence at his role as president and CEO of Thomas Financial Group, a subsidiary of Community Bank Shares. So the good news is, I feel, is we have a banker that is doing this. And I think that's the mindset we need in a position like this, not somebody who, maybe is, I don't know, donated a lot or whatever, however political appointees are picked. But I think this is an interesting and a good choice.
I think it's a great choice. And I mean, it's kind of the same thing that we have with Kelly Loeffler, right? So she's somebody that's been in business. She's
Yep.
been in business. She's been an
Yep.
entrepreneur. She knows about small business. And now she's coming in to run something that's over small business, right? Or
Yep.
that's helpful to small business. And then now we've got this one where it comes in and, a banker. I don't know. I think there's a couple of really good,
I do too.
appointments, really.
I'm excited because, we do need to run this as a business, even though it's painful, just like any other business. Sometimes has to lay people off, sometimes has to, mass hire, sometimes have to restructure. This is a business. Yes, it's backed by billions of dollars of the US federal government, but we need to run it like a business so we can all stick around and have the great jobs that we are all used to having.
Exactly. And hey, now you didn't know this was coming, but I'm going to ask you. So have you ever had a decision, right, that you have made that the consequence wasn't exactly what you anticipated?
No.
Never?
What the hell? That's
Never.
absurd, Tanya.
Never.
Oh my God. Are we talking this week? Are we talking last week?
Oh,
or ever?
dude, I'm talking. For me, it
just,
could have been like an hour ago. I mean, who knows, right?
But
no.
Absolutely, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting world we live in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I always sit back and eat my popcorn and watch what happens, regardless of political beliefs. And it's going to be what it is. But sometimes you have to make, in order to make positive change, you have to go through some really tough times.
That is so true. And anyway. Okay, guys. Well, don't forget we're live on Tuesdays right here on LinkedIn and or YouTube or any of the platforms where you get your podcasts. You can stream us at any time. In fact, go back and see some of our, previous episodes or go and check out our family of podcasts, the Art of SBA Lending and the BDO Show. They would love to see you there on theirs as well. Make sure, follow us. Share with your network and smash the like button if you really like what we are doing here, because we really like what we are doing here.
We do.
And remember, we love the SBA. We love talking to you. We would love to connect with you. So connect with either Paul or I and or both of us on LinkedIn if you've got any topics you'd like us to discuss or any burning questions. Other than that, rise up with your big bad selves and we'll see you next week.
See you later.
Guys.